Welcome, welcome. This is a new commander deck, hot off of the presses here. A card that was revealed a couple of days ago. Just kind of quickly put this deck together here. Firelord Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender, the next set coming out here. Really, really amazing commander. I think this is the best commander that I have done a deck on so far. She just has very, very good abilities and three colors. She's basically got it all. Firelord Azula. Let's take a look. So she's got Firebending 2. She's a 4/4 for 4, one colorless and Grixis, so blue, black, red. Firebending 2, whenever this creature attacks, add red, red, this mana less until end of combat. So you're going to lose that mana. So just just right there, very good card. 4/4 adds to every turn. That's like a great little mana dork. Attacks, add mana, but that's not even it. Here's the best part. Whenever you cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That is any spell you cast while she's attacking, you get to cast it again. Doesn't say instant or sorcery, doesn't say once per turn, doesn't even say like, oh, if she did combat damage, you can do this. It's just while she's attacking, you double all of your spells, every single one. And that firebending too, you can use that. You can use that mana to cast a spell, doubles it. So crazy. Like, I used to play Melek, is at commander. I don't know if people remember old Melek, 6 mana Melek. You double spell off the top of your library. I loved that deck. This card, so much better than that. 4 mana, adds mana. Wild. Wild that they made this card. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this commander. I don't know how much this card is going to cost, but I think it's crazy. So, what do you want to do with this deck? You want to be casting things at instant speed. Most of your most of your cards want to be instants. You can do some flash if you want. There is not that much flash support. There's a whole lot of instant and sorcery support. So what I ended up going with is instants, and there is a particular type of instant that you're looking for, and that is going to be red cards that get you extra value by being doubled. So cards like Unexpected Windfall and Big Score, these are sort of your bread and butter, your building blocks for this deck. They are 4 mana. They have this sort of wild guess, demand answers type of ability where you discard a card in addition to casting them. So the way Azula works, you can get Azula out on turn 3. That's the plan. Because she's 4 mana, which is, again, this card's crazy because 4 mana is like sort of the sweet spot in Commander. You can ramp on 2, play your Commander on 3, and then attack on 4 with Azula. So then on 4, you can attack. You've got 5 mana. You add 2, you have 7 mana on turn 4. And all of your spells, if you have the right spells, are going to be doubled. So you're going to have basically like 14 mana. I haven't even thought about this. You basically have 14 mana on turn 4, and that is like normal. That is sort of like, that's not like Magical Christmas Land. That's like, oh, you drew one of your ramp spells on turn 3, and you like are playing the cards in your deck. 14 mana, turn 4. She doesn't even have to hit. She doesn't even have to hit. She just has to attack. So you attack, 14 mana. Um, 7 mana, and then you start doubling your spells. So you play an Unexpected Windfall or a Big Score. You cast it, you discard a card, you copy it. You don't have to discard another card because you've already discarded a card. So with Big Score, you'll draw 4 cards, make 4 treasure. So you discard 1 card, draw 4 cards, make 4 treasure. It has replaced itself. It is a free card. You're up 3. You've filtered your mana, and you could even leave that mana around. So like, oh, this firebending mana goes away. You've made 4 treasures. You could just leave that. If that's all you want to do, you can just have 4 treasures, keep that for the next turn. Or you can just keep chaining through, because you've just drawn 4 cards. You're probably going to draw another card that draws cards. Just keep playing cards. Start storming off, pretty much. Get like 14 mana, like 14 mana's worth of cards. That's not even counting like if you start storming off, if you start doubling your treasures. If you wanted to put like what are they called? Like ritual effects in here, adding extra mana, doubling that. You're just like double, 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 instant, 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 instant. So that is your plan. Your plan is to basically storm off. This is a little bit of a storm deck. I guess it's more of a Spellslinger deck. What you really want to look for is Magecraft cards, because they say whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, so that's going to trigger twice with Azula for each instant or sorcery you cast. You're just going to be triggering those Magecrafts twice, and then you just keep going down the chain. Like I said, you want red cards too, because Azula is just going to add that red mana. So you're going to be able to play like a Wild Magic Surge for using that red mana, and you get to double it. So red cards are much better than black or blue, where you can get them. That's why I do enjoy some of the blue cantrips. I think red cantrips might actually be a little bit better, because you can guarantee you're going to be able to play them, and you're going to be able to use that firebending mana you get. Even a card like Flick a Coin, I think is actually pretty great. 1 damage to any target, create a treasure token, draw a card, double that, pew pew, shoot 2 things, or shoot 1 thing twice. Draw 2 cards, make 2 treasure. Pretty great. So you've got Firelord Azula. People are going to learn, oh, she's too powerful. You have to stop her. You get your Firelord Azula killed, probably. Probably not in combat, because you've got all this interaction. You're probably going to be able to attack with her every turn, either using a card like Leap or Shadow Rift, or just by killing your opponent's creatures, because you can attack with her, play a removal spell, double it, even before they block, so they can't even block, because you've played like a Profane Command. You've destroyed 2 of their creatures with Azula. They can't block. They can't even kill her. I think they're basically going to have to get rid of her. They're not going to be able to block her. So what if they do that? Then sort of you just turn into a regular Grixis Spellslinger deck. You copy your spells in other ways using cards like Arcane Bombardment. You just sort of do normal good Grixis stuff. You try to play Azula again, probably, because even if Azula costs 8 mana, I think she's still worth it. You just keep playing your instant sorceries, getting your triggers off of cards like Stormkiln Artist, Sedgemoor Witch. These Magecraft triggers really, really great. So both of those paths lead to the same result, which is storming off, doing a lot of chip damage with cards like Gutter Snipe, classic Gutter Snipe. There's also so many different versions of this now. Coruscation Mage. But sort of the best one is probably going to be Professor Onyx, because she has this Tendrils of Agony effect, except it works with the copies. So with the Firelord Azula copies, you can just keep playing stuff, doing that chip damage. As you're just accruing all this value, you're just passively killing all your opponents. So you're not really like a big explosive way to win the game, but I think it's a really reliable thing, because you can just sort of control the board, double spell all this removal, and just keep attacking with Azula, keep making your opponents lose life. You can even probably kill someone with Azula if you attack them enough. just because, like I said, they're probably not going to be able to block, and you just churn through your cards. And then if you sort of get to a point where you have so much value, so much mana, you could play cards like Electro Dominance, deal X damage, maybe kill somebody that way. Comet Storm, pretty reliable way to just, if you put enough into Comet Storm, you'll double it with Azula. So Comet Storm usually pretty hard to get a high enough number that really matters. But if you're doubling it, a lot easier. Fated Firepower. This is a new card. Definitely, it's a little bit pricey, but I think it's definitely worth it because it has flash, which means you can play it during combat, double it, and then it sort of like adds double the mana you put into it to all of your damage. So even like a Gutter Snipe, you get a Fated Firepower, X equals 5, 8 mana, very doable, especially with the Firebending too. X equals 5 Fated Firepower, you add 5 to all of your damage that you deal with anything. So Gutter Snipe now does 12 damage for every instant or sorcery you cast. And another great part about that is, it's a big permanent that they really want to get rid of. No, it's 2 permanents. So if they get rid of one, you still have this other one sitting around. They're gonna have to use 2 removal spells on it, or 2 board wipes, or 1 board wipe that hits enchantments. So like that's where the permanents really, they're really great with Azula, because you can just make 2 of really powerful stuff. That's why cards with flash are pretty sweet. Again, do want to stick to instants and sorceries where I can, but a card like Sphinx of Forgotten Lore, it's got flash. You can get 2 of them. Lets you cast your cards from your graveyard whenever it attacks, which means it can attack with Azula, and you can cast cards from your graveyard, copy them. But the best card in this deck is definitely Veyran, Voice of Duality, because it has Magecraft, which is what you want. So you cast instant sorceries, you copy them, Veyran gets bigger and bigger. But then the second ability, if casting or copying an instant or sorcery causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. That works with Azula. So you are going to copy your abilities, your instants or sorceries twice. You're going to copy your spells twice. And then it also gets a little bit confusing, I think, with a card like Twinning Staff. I'll have to look into this, but I think that means Twinning Staff also triggers twice. Because if you would copy an instant or sorcery 1 or more times, because Veyran says if copying an instant or sorcery causes a trigger ability to trigger, triggers ability to what? Twice. So Twinning Staff triggers twice. I don't even know what the number comes up to, but that's the type of stuff you're going to do in this deck. You're copying things as many times as you can, getting as many Magecraft triggers as you can, and then just forget about it. Like you're done. Oh yeah, Atali. Atali is very fun because you cast your opponent's creatures from the top of their library. Maybe you get some crazy haymaker. Maybe you get like a Sun Titan off the top. You get like I don't know, a big some big creature off the top. You cast it during combat, which means Azula copies it. So everything you get off of Atali, you'll get 2 of. Atali, maybe a little bit of a pet card in this. It's 6 mana. It's not an instant or sorcery. Definitely easy to cut, but this just seems like an awesome line of play if you can get that working. So, what else? The upgrades. This deck is a Grixis deck. I wonder if there's like CDH viability. I don't know. It's a little bit tricky. Might be a little slow for CDH, involving your commander a lot. But you can put in some pretty sweet cards. Fairy Mastermind, getting 2 of these. Bria, I didn't know this card was so expensive, but giving Firelord Azula unblockable every time you cast a non-creature, pretty great. Nexus of Fate, absolutely hate this card, but I gotta say it's pretty good in this deck. Getting 2 extra turns, instant speed. You've won. Shadowgrange Archfiend seems interesting because of the madness cost, which will allow you, if you discard it to an unexpected windfall, you can cast it sort of at instant speed, which then allows you to get 2 of them with Azula. So you have 2 of these 8/4s that kill your opponent's like biggest thing, gains you a bunch of life. Feels pretty good. Might be worth a shot. Classic snappy too. Get double snappy, double instance from your graveyard. You could even do sorceries at instant speed. Not too many of those, but so you can sort of get 4 things off of 1 snappy. Wild. Those are the upgrades. Like I was talking about earlier, you could sort of make a flash version of this deck. I don't think that there's enough support for that, unfortunately. It's probably a much less powerful version because you have cards like Cunning Nightbonder and where is it? Slither Wisp. Like those are pretty great. But as you can see, like this is all blue black, and your commander I think is mostly red. So you could give this a shot. I'd be interested. This seems like almost a little bit more of a fun deck, a little bit more creature heavy, a little bit slower, because creatures you sort of have to get them out, maybe wait a turn to have their ability happen. Versus instants and sorceries, it's just going to happen right away. You're going to get so much value so quickly and just get all these Magecraft triggers. What else here? Yeah, just so much power. Snap. Untap 4 lands. What do you do? What do you do with that? Yeah, just a really great commander. Interested to see how many people end up playing this one, how many times you're going to run into this at your LGS. I think the goal, if you're against an Azula deck, what you really have to do is just kill her. Kill on sight. Gonna be the best commander at the table, probably. If she gets to attack once, unfortunately, I think you might be in too much trouble. So you probably just have to stop her. And like I said, you can't block her. So if an Azula is attacking you, don't even try. Don't even try to block. Just look for removal, kill Azula. Chain assassination. This is a fun one. There's so many little rules things with Azula here because of the way combat works, the way attacking works. Chain assassination has free running, which means you can cast it if you dealt combat damage with a commander this turn. So Azula, after she's dealt her combat damage, she's still technically attacking. So you can play this for its free running cost and then copy it. And it says destroy target creature. If another creature died this turn, draw a card. If you copy it, you can kill a creature, kill another creature, draw 1 card. Or if something died, kill 2 things, draw 2 cards. Probably a great include here. Lots of neat little cards like that. I like this. You come to a river, just you can bounce 2 things, or you can give Azula unblockable twice. Give her +2/+0. Fire Covenant, great board wipe in this because you can sort of pay. You want to kill 10 power worth of things, you can pay 5 life, double it with Azula, instant speed. Yeah, lots of the lands. I just sort of put the default lands. If you want to make this even stronger, play your fetch lands, play your surveil lands, play your dual lands. But there's sort of a high ceiling for this deck, and maybe this flash is something. Maybe it's something to try. Maybe I'll make another one with just the flash cards, because it does seem very interesting to me. Sort of doing another problem with the flashcards is you're sort of not really playing them like flashcards because you're playing them in your turn, almost like sorcery speed. Like you play a creature, usually you play a flash creature at the end of your opponent's turns, so you can sort of use it no matter what. But in this deck, you're playing them during combat, so they're going to stick around for the entire turn cycle. But you do get 2 of them, so that could be fun. Just sort of a Grixis go wide strategy. Interesting. A lot here for Azula. But let me know what you think. Let me know what cards I'm missing here. Not usually my typical play strategy, Storm / Spellslinger, but I think Azula is just so good. Got to give it a shot. So yeah, peace.